Hello, everybody. I'm going to introduce you to my friend John Vergara, who's the artist of the mural. He has a few words to say, and then we have other people coming up to say a few speeches. So make sure that your battery doesn't run out on your phone, and if you have any tissues, make sure you bring them up to the front so I can use them. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. I am going to make this really quick, and I'll be back on the mic. I just want to introduce Juanita from the 26th Ward.
Saludos y buenas tardes. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that unfortunately, Alderperson Justin Fuentes couldn't be here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Juanita Garcia, the Chief of Staff to Alderperson Fuentes. I'm a Boricua and a longtime resident of the northwest side of Chicago, born and raised in Humboldt Park. So it's really special for me to be here today to unveil this mural dedicated to one of Chicago's house music legends, Ralphie Rosario. When celebrated muralist John Vergara asked Alder Fuentes to make the opening remarks for this unveiling, I jumped at the opportunity and asked if he'd be okay with me doing it instead. I grew up listening to 102.7 WBMX. My siblings and I, and I'm sure y'all could relate, would spend hours recording on cassette tapes. Yes, cassette tapes. The Hot Mix 5, which included Humboldt Park's own Ralphie Rockin' Rosario. So there was no way I could miss out on this historical moment. It feels like everything has come full circle, standing here to honor an artist whose music was such a big part of my life. I've been listening to Ralphie's tracks and mixes for as long as I could remember. My sisters and I put together a whole dance routine to Puerto Rican Lover for our annual block party. Those were the days. Music blaring, everyone having a good time. And don't forget, cruising down Fullerton with the music cranked up, house music blasting, windows down, and feeling on top of the world. Ralphie's influence on Chicago's music scene can't be overstated. As a founding member of the Hot Mix 5 on WBMX, this Grammy-nominated artist helped define house music in the 80s and put Chicago on the global map. His iconic tracks like You Used to Hold Me weren't just local hits, they helped bring house music to the world. But beyond the music, Ralphie has always stayed connected to his roots here in Chicago, especially Humboldt Park, continuing to inspire and uplift, especially within the LGBT community, where his music has created joy and unity for decades. So today, as we unveil this mural, let it stand as a reminder of Ralphie Rockin' Rosario's lasting legacy and the power of house music to bring us together, lift us up, and keep us dancing. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Cristina Cisneros and Jackie Guzman for protecting the legacy of Latinos in the house and house music artists. If you know, you know. Now I'd like to introduce the respected muralist behind this project, Humboldt Park's very own, John Vergara.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Where is Jason? Jason, where is he at? Where'd he go? Jason. There he is. Jason. Oh, okay, yes. Thanks again for coming. It was about maybe 3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago, when I was having a conversation with my friend Dino from Esmeralda's Lounge on Division and Maplewood. And I was having a conversation about a mural that I wanted to do in the city. I had a design about a year ago. It was not this design. And one conversation we had, Dino mentioned, he said, man, why don't you do one of Ralphie? And I was like, oh, that would be amazing, but I don't know Ralphie personally, but he does. So we connected the dots. He actually introduced me to Ron Carroll and Maurice Joshua, which were a part of that whole conversation to bring us together and speak with Ralphie to see if he would be willing to let us honor him in this way, and it happened. So I want to thank Dino very much for helping me connect the dots. I mean, for real, you're like family, man. And this brother right here, met him maybe about a year ago. This is Jason Perez, a brother from Venezuela. He's been here for about a year and a half. Un año y medio, something like that. my Spanish is terrible. His English is just as bad. So, we decided to collaborate and bring this mural to life. I want to thank a friend of mine, Patricia Perez, who's an amazing artist, who introduced me to this brother right here. And ever since then, ever since we met, we've been working together nonstop. A mural of this scale usually take anywhere between 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. Between me and him planning it out, we knocked it out in 6 nights. And there was a lot of coffee involved, a lot of 7 in the morning till midnight. And with this brother, he did it with a smile on his face, with no problem whatsoever. Just do it and get it done. That was the attitude we both had. So I want to say thank you so much to Jason. He was a mega part of this entire project. And he still came to work, went to work after the project. So this brother's amazing right here. So I want to thank everyone that came by during the process. Mario Smoking Diaz and Mickey Mix and Oliver, and I mean DJ Crank and everybody, Harry, my guy Ray, who all came by and gave out shout outs. I don't know if you guys seen the videos, they were really cool shout outs. It was real paint, it wasn't staged. So yeah, I wanted to thank, if there's anybody else that I'm missing, I'm nervous, but I just want to pass this mic. I'm going to give it to my friend Dino, and I'm going to let him take it from here. Thank you so much.
Give it up for John Vergara. So I wasn't prepared to speak, so I didn't write anything down, so I'm going to shoot from the hip. Okay. I'm Aries, just like Ralphie, and we're both really shy in public, right, Ralph? Yeah. So I met John during the pandemic, and on Division Street, Mas o Menos was available. My friend owned the building. I decided I want to do something for the community. We put together Esmeraldas. John walked in one day, he said, what do you know, I'm John, blah, 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 blah. We talked, we got along really well. And I told him my vision for a Taino Lounge. John came, made it happen. I had admiration for him ever since. He's a wonderful person. He does great things for the community. And since then, he's painted like 4 of my 5 bars, and we're gonna keep moving on. Also, beside that, he's helped people like Jason, and he's very giving, and he helps the community. This man's a wonderful man. You should know him. He's the real deal. So if you want to look at someone, a Humboldt Park son, that's John, right there. Give him a round of applause, everybody. So briefly, Ralphie, love Ralphie, family to me. I grew up during Ralphie's tenure, you know, in his beginnings. We came in contact through my cousin. I was a performer. I used to dance in all the bars that Ralphie spun. I'm a house music guy too. I did some records back in the day. I'm a vocalist. But we've always stayed in touch. I've always had that connection with him, the love. He's a wonderful man. So my thought was, when I started doing Esmeraldas, where is the Ralphie Rosario street? Where's the mural for Ralphie? Where is the, you know, something? Honor this man. I don't even have to tell you what he's done. Everybody knows his accolades. They know his past. They know his body of work. And if you know him personally, you know what type of person he is. So I'm not, you know, trying to bring up sour grapes, but I was like, he's got to have something here. We're going to do something. I mean, a statue, a mural, a painting, you know, something. The statue's next, but we'll talk about that later. So since I was working with John, I always thought, what can we do to get Ralphie here? Can we do a street fest? Can we do something? And finally, John was like, I want to do a mural. I'm like, what about Ralphie? He goes, I love him. He's the best. He's the greatest. I'm a house head. I'm like, okay, well, let's get you guys together. So me knowing how shy Ralphie is, even though I have all his numbers and everything, we have a history, I had to reach out to Ron Carroll and Maurice Joshua to actually, you know, get him to respond, because I know he really is a private person. He is the type of person that likes to see everybody else succeed and make beautiful music and create art for everybody else, but he doesn't need the accolades. He just said today, he goes, you remember when my Grammy appearance? He goes, I ran down the red carpet. I was like, no, I don't want to be seen. So that is who he is as a person. So long story short, John, Ralphie, went down to my restaurant in River North. We had a few cocktails, some good food. They got along great, and that's it. They took it from there. They put this together, they cooperated. I think this right here is iconic. It represents Humboldt Park. It represents the Hot Mix 5. It represents Puerto Ricans everywhere in the world. It represents the LGBT LGBTQ plus community everywhere. People are going to come from all over the world to see this, and they'll understand why. And you are all a part of it, and this is the man that made it happen, and this man right here. I'd like to thank you all for coming and tell you thank you for letting me speak. I didn't expect to speak. And I'm going to hand it off to the one and only, one of my other favorite DJs, Mickey Mixon Oliver. Put your hands together for him. I need that mixtape you promised me about 5 years ago.
Well, it's so great to be here, and it's great to see this guy. I haven't seen him in forever. I know. But I remember the day in 1981-ish where the first Hot Mix 5 meeting was called, and I came up from Indiana, and I got to meet Ralphie Rosario. And so that was the day we formed the Hot Mix 5, and it was, I always remember that day. And me and Ralph always kind of gravitated to each other. So when we started making music, Ralph was always with me when I was recording Intensity and a lot of stuff. We did just a bunch of stuff together. And, you know, it just goes on and on. I don't want to take up everybody's time because I know we got a few people to speak, but from the bottom of my heart, God bless you, Ralphie. Okay.
How y'all doing? My name is Tony Rosales. I did promote the Hot Mix 5 for a while. I did a lot of events with them and all that. And I'm the only one actually who got the Hot Mix 5 to get the original Hot Mix 5. Ralphie Rosario, Mickey Mixon Oliver, Scott Smokin' Seals, Kenny Jam and Jason, and Farley Jack Mester Funk. I texted Ralphie earlier this week. I just felt I had to be here because, you know, he's been a good friend of mine. Not only that, you know, I just considered all of them. And it was my dream to get the guys back together, and I did it. I did it back in 2016 at the McCormick Place, and it was one of the greatest nights of, you know, of my life because that was my dream. I looked up to him with his mixes back in the 80s. He was one of my favorite. Him, this gentleman here, were my favorite DJs out of the Hot Mix 5 guys. And I love you, Ralph. And I'm here for you, baby. And I just felt that, you know, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for all the guys. And I just want to say thank you. And once again, I love you, baby. Who's next?
Go! Yes! How's it going, everyone? My name is DJ Triple H. I stand before you in awe. This is incredible. I remember a year ago where Ralphie and I, the DJ Crank, we sat down at a restaurant and we were talking about Ralphie's street sign. Ralphie was like, guys, I don't want to do it. Guys, I don't know. You know, I really not too sure about this. And, you know, not that we pressured it or anything, but you know what? We brought it up again to him, okay? And then, lo and behold, a year ago, today. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago today, we actually witnessed the street sign go up right in front of Hydrate. September 14th. Yes, indeed. And now, here we are, gonna unveil a beautiful mural that I am honored to have put some paint on. DJ Crank, Mickey Oliver, Mario Diaz. We helped put some paint on it because we felt a strong connection. I've known Ralphie for practically my whole DJ life, and that's basically too long. I know him on a personal level, love him dearly. He's opened his doors to me. I met his family. I consider him a brother, and there's no other way that I can express the gratitude that he's given me and Latin DJs like me, because he's given us the outlet. He's given us the opportunity to provide a talent, provide a sound for everyone else to enjoy. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latin, non-Latin, I mean, you know, LGBTQ plus, anything, doesn't matter. House music is a fabric that we've all woven. And I have to admit, this guy right here, he was the one that started the first strut in my eyes. And at this time, I would like to thank you for everything that you've done for me and the family, okay? At this time, I would like to thank John as well for putting this together, all his hard work. Let's give him a round of applause. And let's give a round of applause for the man of the hour as well, Mr. Ralphie, the Raz Rosario.
And now, a word from our sponsor. No. And now, my very dearest, long-standing friend who has been at my side from day one, when he saw that I was nothing into something, my very best friend, Mr. Israel Cintron.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, my God. Look at this. When they told me they're going to do a mural for Ralphie, I go, just make sure he doesn't have a big head. Oh, okay, there you go, right? Yeah, there you have it. There you have it. So, I'm going to...
Okay, you can't. You can't. Cheers. Don't press the button or I'm going to... I think the battery's dying on this thing, so we might... Looking for Robert. Robert, where are you? Robert, Mr. 80.